Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's Mystic Maintenance. So exciting. We have Grace here.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
So this is the first time that we have sisters on the podcast. Your sister, Melody, who was on episode 58 and is still our highest listened to episode, is how we met.
Yeah, that's true. My sister, Melody. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still surprised that to this day, her episode is still like our number one most listened to. She is popular. She is a social butterfly.
Melody did so much marketing on herself for that episode. Everyone she would talk to, she would be like, hey, I've been on this podcast. You should go listen to it. Let me download it for you. Melody's hilarious.
And she's also like your PR assistant person too, because she reached out to me. She was like, can I get my sister on the podcast? I'm like, of course, I love Grace.
Yeah,
so.
I can't function without Melody. She handles all of my social media, my marketing. She's great with, Instagram and Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we met through Melody because I was hired for your house party. Yeah, that's how we first met, is because she was like, hey, I want to hire an astrologer and a tarot reader for the house party. I don't remember if it was like anything special. Do you? Was it like Halloween or just because? It was like 2-3 years ago at this point.
It was something related to Halloween because I remember we all were dressing in black and you came in and you were like you had on this vest that was gold, I think, or colorful.
Yeah.
The point is that you look great. I was like, oh my God, this is so exciting. She was a hit. She was a hit. Everyone loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've been a good friend of the family ever since. And then I also did your bachelorette party.
Oh, yes. You also did a bachelorette party.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Everyone liked it too. Got their little reading on. Yeah.
So a little bit about Grace. She is a Taurus sun, Cancer moon, Scorpio rising.
Wow. I always forget. I do.
For all the people that forget. But you remember Taurus. That's the most important one.
Yes, that's the most important one.
And David likes to riz me because I say that I don't get along with Taurus men. And he's like, you don't like Tauruses. I'm like, Taurus men only. Yeah. I love Taurus women. They are hardworking. They are reliable. They mean what they say. Yeah. And you are all of those things.
I try.
Yes. So we'll get to your business in a minute, but beyond that, proud Peruvian. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I love Peruvians. I grew up in LA and a lot of my friends were Peruvian. Yeah. So I have a lot of love for the culture. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been to LA to Pollo Inca?
Oh, of course. Because I grew up in the Valley. So I'm originally from the Valley. I grew up in Reseda, Van Nuys area. And so, and I used to dance, my sister and I, Melody, we used to dance folklore, Peruvian, festejo and marinera, and we would train at El Pollo Inca. Have you been to the Pollo Inca in Artesia?
No,
the
that
one that has a dance floor?
No, that one I haven't.
Okay, so on the weekends, I don't know if they still do it, they train kids, because we were 13, 14, to dance the marinera, which is Peruvian folklore, and then they compete. Yeah, so Melody and I competed, and Melody actually won 1990. I'm dating myself. 1999, I think, or 2000. Yeah, I'll send you a picture so you can see we won our little sashes and everything.
So cute.
Yeah, it's very interesting, tying it all back in. Yeah.
But yes, love Peruvian food. Mm-hmm. You also have 2 fur babies, 2 very cute pugs.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Pisco and Doña Pepa. Yes, I love my dogs. I live and breathe those animals.
Have you gotten any more pets since, or just the 2 doggies still?
Well, not mine, but in my house we have 2 more, because one is Melody's. She has a little corgi mix, and then my sister-in-law, she has a little poodle mix too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have 4 little puppies at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So animal lover.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Went to law school. So
I did.
A very great accomplishment. It's really difficult to get in, do the LSAT, all of those things, and then graduate. So much reading, so many weird word riddles with understanding contracts and understanding the law. So we just have an amazing Latina baddie here.
Aw, thank you, Jen. Makes you so good.
And then finally, we get to your business, which has 2 names, which I would like you to explain because I get confused. I see your business by La Sonrisa, and then I see
Sonrisa.
it. Yeah. And then I see it as GAC. So I'm like, are they separate? Are they together? Explain your business.
So originally, the business La Sonrisa was my dad and his wife, Maria. But they did party rental stores. Party rental stuff, tables, chairs, jumpers.
Fun.
And then in 2009, I was in the insurance industry already, and was going to get laid off or moved into Texas. I worked for 21st Century Insurance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I didn't want to move to Texas, even though they offered. And I was like, you know what? Let me just open up my own insurance. And that's when I moved to Central Valley. And I was like, my dad had a good base of clients. And it's odd moving insurance into party rentals, but it worked for us.
Wow. One-stop shop.
Yeah, it was the oddest thing, but it worked. And we were able to get out of party rentals because it's straining on your body.
Yeah.
You know, it's straining on your body. And my dad was getting older. So we transitioned completely into just doing services, which is like insurance, DMV work, money transfers, paqueteria to Mexico and Central America, you know, and that's how we got into it. But right now, we're in the process of DBAing GAC Insurance to La Sonrisa Insurance Agency. So just to like kind of complete it, you know, circle back in to what it is to hit more of our like our Spanish community.
Yes. So DBAing is doing business as, for the folks that maybe aren't in business and don't know. You could have like your legal name, but maybe your legal name is like a little bit boring or a little bit long. So you want to do a second name to do business as. So that's what DBAing is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which I love. La Sonrisa, the smile, if you don't speak Spanish, it seems like so friendly. I've seen your logos before I met you, and I was like, oh, that place is probably cool for like the Latino community.
Yeah.
And so many folks are underserved with like understanding DMV stuff. Maybe they can't even get to the DMV. The DMV is only open like Monday through Friday, like, you know, 8 to 4 or whatever. And it's always like hectic and horrible. I know a lot of people are like underserved, don't have insurance, are like, I don't need insurance. And then something happens and it's too late. So I love that you're offering that like multilingual perspective. And also the Central Valley has a lot of hardworking people, a lot of folks that are like, I'm just going to go work hard, but you can't out hustle a system.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Like one ER trip, if you're uninsured, is like thousands of dollars. Yeah. Yeah. So what would you say are maybe like the top 3 misconceptions that you hear when it comes to anything that you do for your business that folks are like, oh, you can do that?
Well, I would say number 1 is that if you don't have a driver's license, it doesn't mean you cannot get insurance. So there are carriers that service specifically the community that does not have a driver's license, right? You can come in with a matricula, you can come in with a passport from any country and get insurance just so you can avoid getting to an accident and get your car taken away, have all of these fines that you have to pay. Oh, here's my insurance. Takes care of it, you know. So a lot of people don't know that or are afraid to ask. When you go into our business, all of us are trained to handle most types of insurance in the office, and you just tell them and we're cool about it, and we get you a good and fair rate. We work with multiple carriers. That is not just one that, oh, this is the price and it's ridiculously priced. No, you can get insurance for like $60 a month, $50 a month, depending what, you know, your age and your zip code that you have. So, and I would say also that I have a client that they insure the vehicle, but don't insure all the drivers that drive the vehicle. So they're like, oh, the car has insurance. And I'm like, yeah, but if the person is not listed on the policy, it doesn't mean that there's going to be coverage. And they have like that misconception that just because it's on like the deck page that, oh yeah, I have insurance, I have an ID card. No. So it's just like, again, comes to communication and understanding the system that we live in, right? So that also is one thing that we have come across. And just DMV. Like, I've had quite a few customers that are new to the country, and they don't understand why they need to pay tax.
I don't understand why I need to pay taxes, and I've lived here my whole life. Yeah. I ask myself that every April 15th. Why are we paying taxes?
Yeah, but then to tags, I'm like, tags? Like the car tags?
Oh, car tags.
Yeah.
I heard taxes. Car tags, yes. Like the registration stickers.
Yes, the registration stickers. And I'm like, it's because you're paying to like drive on the road. They're like, but I've already paid it when I bought the car. Oh. And I'm like, no, I understand like what they think, right? Yeah. But then I'm like, no, you have to pay every year for the permission for your vehicle to be driven. And it's just like explaining these things to people, which I find interesting. And we do it every day at the office, including Sundays.
During the day, I don't talk about it a lot, but during the day, I'm a social worker, and what we call that is cultural brokering, because I have to do the same thing of explain to folks, like, this is how things work here, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they feel like they're on a different planet sometimes with, like, the rules and laws that we have in the United States. So you do a lot of cultural brokering, which is very interesting.
Yeah, like we are more than, we have people that just come in and ask questions, and we don't charge to answer your questions. Come in and ask. We are more than happy to ask you, and that's how we build trust and we build relationships within the community, for people to just come back, and when they're ready, they just buy our services, you know, because we've been there for almost 20 years and we don't plan to leave. So if you have any questions, just swing by the office.
Yeah, I love that you have free consultations. And even though I knew that about you, when I had to get insurance, I was so shy. I was like, I don't want to bother her. But we have business insurance, thanks to Grace. Because when we first opened up our podcast recording studio that you see here, you still need insurance, even though all we're doing is recording and talking, because you just never know what is going to happen. And I would tell people, like, we're a podcast studio, and I would get crickets. I'm like, how hard is it to insure a podcast studio? And then finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna swallow my pride and be like, I need help. I can't figure this out on my own. And you got us insured in 24 hours. And we still have the same insurance carrier to this day, even though California prices have, like, gone up. Our rate has stayed, like, decently the same, has only gone up by, like, $1 or $2.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm giving you my review right now. Highly recommend. And again, yeah, it's not just personal insurance. I was like, at first I was under the assumption you only did, like, personal. And I was like, I need business insurance, and you got it done super fast.
Yeah, if we have it, we can do it, and we do it quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. So I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Jenny.
Yes. And what other misconceptions or, like, big service needs do you see in the Central Valley that maybe folks need a little bit more assistance with that you're expanding into in the near future?
Well, not in the Central Valley per se. Well, we try to hit the Central Valley as much as we can within the community, because we do charity work. So basically, at the end of the year, we hold something called a posada, which, you know, within the community, we know, we give presents. So we at the office, we give presents, and we give back to the community, because the community is good to us. So we should be good back to them, right? So we, this year, actually, we were able to collab with Grocery Outlet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Grocery Outlet. They gave us, and the food bank. They gave us actual chickens, Jen. Like, full-blown chickens. We were able to get, I think, like 100 chickens. It sounds weird.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so we were able to make goodie bags for people to eat, because let's remember, we are in the Central Valley. We are big on ag, and it's all seasonal labor. So a lot of these people within the cold season don't have work.
Yes.
And there are a lot
Very
of children that go without Christmases. You know, so we were able to give goodie bags with, like, a chicken, rice, beans, and even a dessert. They were able to help us out, and a gift for the kids. Yeah, so there was a line forming, and we were able to give as much as we could out just to give back to the community. So we do that. And aside from that, right now we are expanding to 4 different states. So we are expanding outside of California.
Wow.
Yeah, we're about to hit, hopefully, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, and Arizona. We are hitting. We're in the process of getting all the paperwork done, because that's a lot.
Yes.
You know, but hopefully within the next 2 months, we will be in those states offering service to the community as well, and see how it goes.
Will that be like a virtual service, or are you actually going to have brick and mortars in those states as well?
Right now, it's just going to be virtual, but we do have friends that have actual offices there, like not insurance-related offices, but that do, like, money transfers or package transfers. So we do plan to go talk to them and say, hey, we offer, can you just, like, leave our flyer here so we can start? And if it builds enough, we might set up brick and mortar, but for right now, it's just going to be, like, over the phone virtual.
And that's so helpful, because people know people, and it's like, oh, I wish I could refer you to this person, but you're so far away. So I love that you're opening that for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, because we have a lot of our clients that go to Yakima, Washington. I don't know if you've heard.
That's so random.
Yeah, I know, it's random. But we've had quite a few. I'm not gonna say one or two more that call me and they're like, you know what, we're moving to Yakima to Washington. Do you have insurance there? And I'm like, no, we don't offer insurance in Washington. I'm like, then can I keep yours? And I'm like, no, because every state has different rules, different laws. So they have to cancel us and then get insurance in that state to follow regulations. So now that we're going to be able to cross those borders, it's going to serve us and serve them because they're already used to us.
What's in Yakima, Washington? Is it more agriculture?
Exactly.
Oh, because I know that there's the path from like Ventura, Oxnard, all the way up to like Stockton and back. Like I know that path. And Bakersfield. But I didn't know that there was all the way up the Pacific Northwest. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So we are excited to go that direction and see what happens.
Yeah. So what inspired you to do insurance specifically? Like that is so niche. I feel like a lot of people are like, I want to do maybe this or that insurance. It's a lot of reading. It's so confusing. It's not as like sexy as other careers. So yeah, what led you to insurance specifically?
I don't know. Like, honestly, it's not like you grew up like, I want to do insurance for the rest of my life. No, it's not like that. Like, it happened by chance because I was working at the Home Depot when I was like 18, or 18, yeah. And then I needed more money because obviously, like, you can't serve. I was at the Home, you're making minimum wage. And at that time, I think minimum wage was like $16 or $15. No, 14 something. I don't know. It was really low. And then I saw an ad to work for 21st Century Insurance. And I was like, well, might as well. And then they licensed me. And I didn't know what I was doing, Jen. I'm being very honest. I'm like, they're just going to pay me more. I need to take a test and they'll pay me more. And that's what I did. I signed up. I took the exam. I started working customer service and sales. They taught me insurance. Actually did a lot of insurance for East Coast. So like for Florida, I did insurance there from California. And then that's where I learned a lot, basically most of what I know about personal. And then when they decided to move, and that's when I opened up GAC, I was like, what am I going to do? Yeah. But at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? If you don't risk it, you don't know what's going to happen. So I took a risk.
Nice.
And it paid off.
Yes, absolutely. Some of the best things come as a surprise where you do something, you think it's temporary, and then you end up realizing like, oh, I'm actually really good at this.
Yeah, that's true.
And then that just reminded me, do you do pet insurance? Since you are an animal lover, I have pet insurance for Lucy, and let me tell you, it comes in handy. Yes, we have gotten so much money back, more than we've put into it.
Same. Yeah, so I do pet insurance, and just like Jen said, it just depends on the dog. Like my little Bisco, she's the little fawn one. I have a pug. When I first got her, I think they must have given me back like $4,000 to $5,000 on her because she would get sick. She would get poisoned here. It was a mess, Jen. Like I thought she was going to die one time, but the vets took care of her. I paid obviously first out of pocket and then they reimbursed me, and it worked fantastic. But then my little Pepita, my little black one, she is a trooper, super healthy. I pay for her insurance and I don't use it as much, but you never know because that's insurance, right? It's chance, the probability. So I think it's just compensate. And it's not that expensive. It does go up after a while. But after so many claims, what can you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I also have an interesting segue. I don't know if I've ever told you or anyone this story, but when I was 13, 14, both of my parents got sick at the same time. And they both became disabled at the same time. So I had to kind of run the household and do all of these things. And I saw my mom's claims just getting denied and double billed and stuff. And when I was applying to college, I saw that there was a degree in healthcare administration. And through that horrible experience, I was like, I want to know the system from the inside out. And most of the people that did that major were folks that were in the military, were getting the GI Bill, or nurses that wanted to move up into administrative positions. It was weird to get a 18-year-old freshman in that in that degree. They were like, what are you doing? This is not exciting. And I was like, but through my experience, I want to learn the system from the inside out. And then I learned about all the horrors of being a hospital administrator and how it's just about making the hospital money. And I was like, I don't want to do that, but I'm thankful that I have this knowledge because now I fight my claims like a beast and I get whatever I want with my insurance because I'm like, you're going to cover this because blah, blah, blah. Like my education came in handy.
Yeah. It's just like, seriously, with claims in both health and PC, you honestly, property and casualty insurance, you need to advocate for yourself because like you said, the carriers want to win. They want to make a profit. They're huge corporations, right? And we just pay my $1,000 of therapy that I need or whatever I need, right? And and if they don't pay you, it's a win for them when they should. But advocating is so important. And that's what we do too. So our clients, we are a broker, right? So our job is not to sell you insurance only. So if you have a claim and there are problems with that claim, we advocate for the client.
Wow.
You know, so they come into our office and say like, dude, they don't want to pay my car or they don't want to pay my medical bills. They don't want due to the accident, right? And we do help the client get what's just for them, right? We talk to the adjusters, we talk to our marketing reps, and we usually help them win. Yeah.
Wow. That is such a unique, interesting service because most of the time it's like, here's your insurance, you're on your own.
No.
Wow.
No, we try that because we understand sometimes adjusters, look, we all get into a field of work where like, okay, I want to help. I want to do things right. But I feel like after doing a job for so many years, you get jaded. Right? So then you lose empathy, you lose patience. And I get it, you know, it takes very unique people that don't lose that with time. And so we as you know, your broker, we try to cross that bridge for our clients and get them to what they need. So yeah.
I love that because it's so lonely when you're going through such a critical time where it's like, obviously something happened to me. Therefore, I put in this claim, whether it's like I wrecked my car, I hurt myself. Like there's obviously something happening and the last thing you want to do is deal with all of that paperwork.
Yeah, I agree. You're like, what the hell is this? And they sound like 20 pages for them to fill out. And we're like, just come and we'll do it. We'll take our time.
Nice. Yeah, that's wonderful. How many offices do you have, like physical offices in this area?
Right now we have 3.
Okay.
So we have one in Merced, which is right across the street from Costco. We have one in Turlock, which is on Lander, and we have one in Winton, which is like right on Winton Way.
Oh, wow. Winton is such a unique community. It's really like I don't know how to describe it. It's not close to any like main roads. It takes from Merced like a while to get there. And there's not a lot from what I've seen in Winton. Like there's not a lot of stores. Like you don't have like a Target. You would have to go into Atwater for that. So I love that you have an office there for the folks that maybe aren't as mobile, can't get to Merced, Atwater, all of those places.
Yeah. Winton is not even a city. It's considered a town because it's not incorporated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of people hear Winton and they're like, oh, no, we don't want to go to Winton. No, Winton is fine. Winton is totally... Like, we are getting a McDonald's right next to AutoZone. So I don't know if people that know where Winton is, like, there's a little AutoZone, and right now we're getting a McDonald's that's building right there. So we're moving up.
I was going to say, that's exciting.
So right now it's growing. Winton is growing.
What are your business hours for folks that want to walk into one of your locations?
Monday through Friday, we work from 9 to 6, and then Saturday from 10 to 4, and only Winton is open Sundays from 10 to 4 as well.
Oh, very
so
nice.
like DMV services, people, I know sometimes people work every day, but we're open Sundays too. Need to get things done, just shoot on in.
And a lot of folks that maybe like don't have status or maybe have like temporary status without work authorization, they don't have workplace rights where they could just be like, hey, let me use my PTO to handle this at the DMV. It's either like you work or you get fired because you have no workplace rights.
Exactly.
So a lot of times folks are like, I'll do the DMV stuff later, maybe on the off season. But if your registration is due at peak season, you don't want to get pulled over and it's like, hey, what's up with your registration? So I love that you're flexible and open for those folks when they need it, when they have that free time.
Yeah. Definitely. And at any time. And we now do also things over the phone because I know there was a time, remember, that people didn't want to leave their homes. So we can do everything like WeSign, DocuSign, just point is give us a call if you need any type of service. Yeah.
All right. Well, when we come back, we will go over GAC's La Sonrisa's business chart. So I'm very excited. Okay. See you after the ad break. Today's episode is brought to you by us, Kythera Collective. If you've been vibing with the energy of the show, then you're going to love the Kythera Club over on Patreon. It's a space that I built for the cosmic, the curious, and the slightly chaotic. You know who you are. With 3 delicious tiers to choose from, we start with the chocolate level at $4 a month, which gains you access to weekly horoscopes and the exclusive Unhinged podcast, where I say things that don't make it to this main feed. It's sweet, it's spicy, and it's just for you. Next, we have the cafe level at $7 a month. This is where things really start to get cooking. You'll receive access to exclusive workshops, monthly virtual hangouts, and a private Discord community where you can chat directly with me and receive exclusive behind the scenes updates. It's magical, cozy, and a little unhinged in the best way. Finally, we have the tequila level. This is the VIP lounge. At $25 a month, you'll receive everything from the previous tiers, plus a personal 15-minute one-on-one session with myself or David each month, and discounts if you want to extend the session. It's a whole vibe and a powerful way to receive personalized guidance. So if you've been laughing along with us, crying or rage screaming in agreement, come hang out with us at the Kythera Club. Head over to patreon.com/JenCallo and choose your tier. If you want to sponsor an episode and advertise with us, go to our website, www.jencallo.com. All right, now back to the show. Welcome back. So, like we've mentioned in other episodes, everything has a birth chart, whether it's a product, a business, even events, and then obviously ourselves, your pets as well. But I love that you have your business's information like to the second. And it's not that she knew she was going to get a reading, you know, a decade later and was like, no. But you have some sort of paperwork to where whatever you submitted was submitted electronically, and it had it like to the second when you submitted it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the most complete, accurate, like, business information I've ever received. And the fact that it was from 2013 and you still have it is very impressive.
Thank you.
This is how you know she's organized, she's dependable, she's responsible. You can trust her to read the fine print because she also has her own stuff on lock.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I had it. I didn't even know. I was just, oh, look, it's here. Boop. Yeah.
So this birth chart that we're basing August 6th, 2013, we know that we started with La Sonrisa and then you went to an LLC?
S Corp.
S Corp. Okay. So we went from this original project to an S Corp. So with this transformation, this is the birth chart that we're using because the business leveled up to something else. So this is your birth chart for your S Corp.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Which is very exciting. And you obviously did not mean to do this, but you upgraded to an S Corp on a new moon. Which,
really?
Yeah, like right on a new moon in Leo at 14 degrees. Which is so fascinating because sometimes new moons, like when the moon is close enough to the sun, it's like, okay, we're in the new moon phase, but you have it to the degree.
Oh, wow.
When you did your S Corp, and new moons are about new beginnings.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and Leo is about presentation. So that's really interesting. It's like this new presentation, this new way to be seen in the world.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. So your business, your S Corp, is a Leo sun, Leo moon, like I mentioned, because of the new moon, and then a Sagittarius rising. So very fiery. Yes. So the rising sign of a business is how you are perceived, your business brand and identity. So with Sagittarius is like the professor, the philosopher, very knowledgeable, and also ruled by Jupiter. So it's like a lucky professor. So people see you as very knowledgeable, warm, inviting, because it's like, obviously this person knows more than me. I don't know half the stuff about the law like they do, but I can approach them. And then interestingly enough, Sagittarius also rules expansion and a lot of travel. So when you said you were expanding to different states, I thought we were just going to talk about that you were in 3 different cities in Central Valley, but now we're going multi-state. So
wow,
I love that.
That's crazy that came up there. That's cool.
And then when we were on the ad break and we pulled up the chart because it's just the circle and the lines, you were like, whoa, because it does look intimidating. Yeah,
it does.
But you have your astrologer that can assist you and tell you what all of this means. David and I always have a joke, like, you don't want to do your own taxes, you go to a tax person.
Exactly.
The same thing with astrology. Like, yeah, you can like chat GPT or whatever, but it's not always going to be accurate like the human touch. Anyway, so very interesting. We have, like we said, the sun and moon in Leo, but specifically in the business, we have it in the 9th house of the law. So you have this big concentration on like law, order, how to do these things. So that's very interesting because it's like, yeah, there's this concentration of the luminaries. So there is like a spotlight on that emphasis of your business. And obviously that's like the majority of your business. Yeah, because like even simple registrations like DMV and things like that, that's all law. Getting insurance, you need to make sure that your insurance meets like certain legal codes. And then the 9th house is also the house very similar to Sagittarius of like travel, expansion, all of this. So you have a lot of travel, expansion and knowledge in this chart. So I love that for your business.
That's so nice. That's exciting to hear, that we're on the right track. It feels like that we are on the right track, right?
Yeah. And then the house before the 8th house, we have a lot of concentrations. We have Jupiter, we have Mars, and we have Mercury in Cancer. So let me break down the basic elements. Cancer is very caring and nurturing, wants people to feel safe and at home. Mercury is about communication, and even the fact that you're like, come in for a free consultation. Like, we just want you to feel safe and like get the knowledge and information that you need. Yeah, that very like warm Cancer energy. And you also have that as your personal moon sign, so your business is very aligned to your own personal astrology as well. Of just wanting to take care of people. Speaking of taking care of people, the night before she was like, what's your coffee order? I'm gonna bring you coffee and donuts. So we appreciate it. We feel very taken care of.
I love you, Jen. You know that, you guys. I love you guys.
And then we also have Mars, which is the planet of expansion, manifestation, how you physically move in the world. Also in Cancer, right next to Jupiter. So with the 8th house, this is other people's money and collaborations, which when you work in insurance, like insurance is just like someone collecting a big pot of money and like distributing stuff as needed.
Yeah.
And, not only being a broker, but just helping people get their money in order, figure out like what's the best plan for me. You're helping people move their abundance in the right direction. So
and protecting what they own already, so they don't lose it.
That totally makes sense. And the fact that you do give back in other ways, like during the holidays, all of that also makes sense. Just more of that nurturing. And then finally, in the 11th house of community networks, we have Saturn in Scorpio. That is intentional. So all of the states that you're choosing to expand to, all of those are very intentional, I'm assuming, because you have a lot of folks moving there, and also the laws probably align with like the type of services that you can offer. Like, how hard is it to do all 50 states, for example? I'm assuming that would be impossible because all of them just like have such different laws and regulations and things like that.
I think, I do know agencies that do it. I don't know how yet because I'm getting there. But I mean, I think we'll see based on how much traction we get if we're going to need to hire more people, but I think it's, if they're doing it, why can't I do it? That's the way I see it.
I love that.
So I think it's just a matter of me getting my feet wet in there and training my people, because everyone needs to be trained before we just like throw ourselves in there. But I think it's doable. Let's see when we get there.
I also see that continuing education, because we talked a lot about education, but also continuing education lives in the 9th house. And then we have Venus, which is more nurturing, in the 10th house of visibility. It's not just you. You're not a one-woman show. You have a team. When you have someone join your team, you help them get what is the word? License? Like what's it called? They take the test.
Yeah. So basically, I pay for everything. I get them licensed, I get them bonded, insured, everything, in order to work at the agency and then educate. Because it's not just getting a license. Let's remember that. That's all theory. At the end of the day, you need practical skills to do something, right? And we teach them those practical skills once they step in the office and start actually like doing the work, which at the end of the day, sometimes the theory we don't even use, you know? But yeah, we do all that. We help them out with their CEs because licenses renew. It's not like you have a license.
You need continuing education.
Yeah. Yeah. So we handle all their CEs, show them how to do it, and then renew it. It's every 2 years renewal for licenses.
Wow. Okay. And I'm just remembering, Brenda still works for you, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We also had Brenda on the show. I'm blanking on what her episode was. But we have a lot of connections, as you can see. Yeah, because I'm remembering that Brenda was like working hard, studying hard. I remember she was like, I want to get my license and I want to work hard and like help people out. So, oh my gosh, full circle moment.
Full circle. Yeah. Brenda is a little rock star. Brenda works, she's great. She does her job well, and she just wants to make money and she's actually great at handling clients and explaining things to them. So I love Brenda.
Yeah. It seems like continuing education might be important this year. So with your birth chart, whether it's for yourself or your business, that energy kind of stays frozen in place. And then obviously the planets keep moving, and that's how we can track as astrologers, like this theme is going to come up for you this year versus next year. But it seems like there might be some important continuing education internally, whether it's for yourself, for your staff, so that you can continue to solidify your foundation, because we have Jupiter going through the 9th house of Leo in the summer, and then we have Saturn and Neptune and a bunch of other things going through Aries, which is the bottom of your chart, which is the foundation. So when two planets are in the same element, fire and fire in this case, they create like a helpful relationship concentration. So is there any sort of like conferences, continuing education, anything coming up for you all as a team to help you sort of like continue to build at the pace you're building?
Well, yes. Right now at the end of the year, actually, my husband and I, he's in the insurance industry as well, we are going to conferences to try to acquire more carriers.
Nice.
Because again, we are in California, and like Jen mentioned, carriers are not happy with the amount of claims that everyone has put in, so they're leaving the state.
Because of the fires?
Because of the fires. Then actually auto carriers are not leaving the states, but they're causing significant increases in premium. So when other carriers want to leave, new players come in. Right? But we need to find out who those players are. And how do we find out? By going to conferences. Just like you said, educating ourselves a little bit more. So all of these like CE courses, carriers go because they're like, hey, you want to do business with us? And that's where you like know the insurance tea, if you want to put it like that, right? So we have quite like 2 or 3 that we're going in September and October to see what's going on this year.
Nice. Very exciting. Lucy's insurance renews every March, and I was reading the fine print because it went up like $15. The fine print said it went up because of the fires. I was like, what the hell? Lucy's not in a fire.
Never been in a fire.
Yeah, Lucy is fine. But yeah, it affects everything. It affects your car. It affects your pet. Yeah. There's been a lot of issues with the fires. When we were getting our business insurance, that was one of the things they said. They're like, oh, you're in California? Nope. Because of the fires. I'm like, Merced is not on fire.
Not on fire, exactly.
Insure me.
Insure me. I know we're not even close to LA, right? Or Napa. But yeah, like you said, insurance is shared risk. And that is part of sharing the risk.
Yeah. So those are some of the bigger themes. It's like as you continue to expand, like you make sure your foundation is also just as stable. Because when things are too like top heavy and it's like we're building the plane as we fly, sometimes it all comes crumbling, which I know you're not going to do. You're really good about, as a Taurus, making sure that everything is safe, stable, consistent. But yeah, that's I guess the biggest like planetary astrological piece of advice I could give you is make sure your foundation can also hold like what you're building on top of it.
No, thank you. I think that's a great reminder, because sometimes I personally have so much going on with wanting to expand here, wanting to do this, wanting to do that you forget, hey, where did you begin, girl? You need to make sure that the background is solid, because then, like you said, everything could come down like this. Like, that's one thing that I'm like, gives me anxiety. Like, you build, and with one thing that goes wrong, Jen, it just destroys. So like, I'm always working like consistently to keep myself grounded and solid. But yeah, that's a good reminder.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been in business since 2009. Your S-Corp has been around since 2013. So you have at least 15 plus years in the game. So I think you're pretty solid.
Thank you.
Very exciting. So how do you take care of yourself when, you know, you're so busy, you're expanding as a business owner, there's so much that you need to attend to. What do you do to take care of yourself?
I like to get facials.
Oh, nice.
I like to get facials.
So relaxing.
Yeah, it's really relaxing. And I like to give myself at least 2 weeks out of the year to just kind of leave.
Oh, yes.
You know, I try to make everything be in order, so when I leave, nothing falls apart. You know, and I have the support of my dad and Maria very much, that when I'm gone, they stay.
They're your second in command.
They're my second. Yeah, they really are making sure that everything kind of lines up. Only if they need me, that's when they call me. You know, but I think self-care is very important, because if not, you'll go crazy.
Yeah.
Go crazy.
And then Mel will continue to post.
Oh yeah, my little assistant. I love Melody. She helps me stay relevant, because it's hard, Jen. Like,
it is
being
so hard.
a one-woman show, like, it's hard. You need help.
Yeah. I'm so glad that you're like, I can't do everything by myself, because sometimes that's the hardest part of being a business owner. You want like to control everything, and it's like, I can't do that. If I want to grow, I can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
No, I learned that I need an accountant. I knew a social media. What else do I need? I needed a payroll people. Like, you realize you need these people. Because I don't know everything. You know?
Yeah. Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, yes. So one of my favorite spreads for business owners is one thing to change and one thing to keep the same. If you're open to some tarot cards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I just jumped.
And then we'll also draw for just the biggest piece of advice. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Okay, so one thing to change, we have the 5 of Wands reversed. 5 of Swords reversed. I know that sometimes we really want to fight and win every claim, or, you know, just get our way, but sometimes it's like, I have to let this go. So I don't exactly know what this is around. Maybe you can fill in the blanks, but have you noticed maybe like a service or something in your business where it's like, this just isn't worth the ROI, so we're not going to offer it anymore?
Like now or back in the past?
Probably now, because this is for right now. Is there something where it's like, we're putting a lot of effort into this, but we're not seeing the ROI on it? I know this is kind of a deep one.
Yeah, I know. Now I have to think about it.
It's okay. I'll pull more context.
Let me see.
Yeah. It's interesting. There's something about like, because we pulled the 5 of Wands. We have the 2 reverse 5s. This is like, stop trying to force something.
Stop trying to force something.
Sometimes these readings can get a little bit complicated, and then it's like you have to think on it, and then at 3 a.m. it's like, oh, that's what that was about. Yeah. It's okay. Don't worry. Yeah. And then we have 3 of Pentacles reversed.
Wait, so what does that mean?
Yeah, again, this is like not worth the time or the investment. There's something that maybe needs to be revisited, where maybe it needs to be deprioritized or maybe eliminated altogether. Like, I don't know, like In-N-Out, for example, is like very precise. It's like, we just offer hamburgers. If they try to offer like chicken strips, it's like, why are we buying all this chicken and no one is buying it?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
There's something about like either consolidating or cutting down or deprioritizing something. But if it's not coming to you right now, maybe just think on it.
Okay, I'm going to think on it. I don't, okay.
Because all the clarifiers are the same message, so maybe just think on it.
Okay.
But something to keep the same is the sun. So continue to be rooted in joy, happiness. Make sure that, you know, a good piece of advice that I feel like I've said 3 times on this podcast is sometimes when you're overwhelmed by everything that you have to do, instead of saying like, I have to do this, it's like, I get to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. So optimism, happiness, remembering like, I'm happy to be a business owner. I'm happy to be such a pillar in my community. Yeah. And then the piece of advice, Ace of Wands, keep killing it. This expansion is going to be great. This is a life card. It's very fertile, as you can see. So you're ready to have extra commitment.
Yes, I'm ready to go. Fire under me.
Yes, in your
I love
business.
this.
Yeah, and then we
nice.
will pull an affirmation for you.
Aw, Jen, this is beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, so all of your expansion and stuff, it's right on time. And then we have I am connected. I have more in common with others than I realize. I seek commonality with people rather than focusing on outward differences. I am connected.
That's nice.
I think it's hard in these times, this political sphere, to remember that we have more in common with people than like the glaring differences. It's like if most of us sat down and said like, this is what I believe, I think 80% of our beliefs would probably align. But we focus on the 20% that it's like, you're, you know, opposite of the aisle on me on this thing. Sometimes we have to remember like, okay, let's go back to the main mission of why like we're even talking or why we're even neighbors in the first place.
Exactly. That's true. That's very nice. Because at the end of the day, we're all human.
Yeah, we're all human. Yeah, and we all need a little help sometimes.
We do. I agree. We all do. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
We're perfect being imperfect.
Do you have any upcoming events or anything that you want to shout out before we conclude?
Yeah, so we are going to be doing a grand opening at the Merced location. It's at 1490 R Street in the month of June. We are getting helped out by the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I know we've been open for like over a year, but we've never done the grand opening to that office. So we are going to have a little like cutting the tie, and we're gonna have food and treats and music. It's like the little corner. If you guys want to swing by, I'll let Jen know when the actual date and time are. So if anybody wants to join us, just swing on through and just eat some yummy food and get to know us.
Yeah, I love that. Once you join the Merced Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, that even if you've been open for so many years, they're like, we want to do a grand opening to like recognize you as part of the community, which I love. Yeah, we will try to be there. Yeah, I will have all of the information for yourself, GAC, in the show notes, and then as soon as Melody makes a social media post about the grand opening, or the Merced Hispanic Chamber of Commerce makes the post, we will definitely keep resharing it on our pages.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you so much for coming here, all that you do for the community, demystifying scary insurance. And just being available to our community.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. We will see you for the next one. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.